Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. What you're seeing here is a chart for the partial solar eclipse occurring on the 6th of Jan 2019 at 1:28 AM in the UK. In the US, it occurs on the 5th of January because, of course, of the time difference. It is a very strong, important new moon stroke solar eclipse. The reason being Mercury, the messenger, here it is, right at the beginning of Capricorn. Here's Saturn, here's the moon, the sun, Pluto, and the south node. So the new moon is sandwiched between Saturn and Pluto, both of which are deemed to be not great positive energies, shall I say, to put it mildly. Saturn currently, 2.5 years, is in its own sign of Capricorn. Nothing new there. Pluto in Capricorn for a long time, nothing new there. But when we have a new moon and a solar eclipse is the same, it is really accentuating what they are all about, especially because Mercury is there. Now, Mercury is the messenger. Currently, if you can see, it's making a very difficult connection to Mars. Mars has just moved into Aries. It takes roughly 2 years for Mars to go around the zodiac, so this doesn't happen every year. Mars is in its own sign of Aries. It wants to do things now, immediately, head first. Its Aries is the ram, and it's very potent there. Mercury is being challenged by Mars, which means arguments. In a nutshell, arguments. And especially, of course, we're witnessing that in the realm of politics. The Brexit is about to restart this week. And of course, in the US, there is a stalemate going on with the events happening there. I won't go into that in detail, of course. Uranus has got an S by it. What that means is Uranus is now moving forward again, and it will re-enter, because it did it last year, but very briefly. It will go into the sign of Taurus. That doesn't happen till March the 6th, but it is a very important time when any one of these big outer planets moves forward, because Uranus is all about innovation. It's all about being a pioneer in the sign of Aries, but it will be more to do with food, the agriculture and money when it moves back into Taurus. Moving here to Venus. Venus in Scorpio is about to change sign. It changes sign on Monday. It will move then into Sagittarius. Then, those of you who are eagle-eyed, here is Jupiter in its own sign of Sagittarius. So these two benefic planets, they promise good things. They join on the 22nd of January. That's just after the big event of the year, this month really, is this supermoon, full moon eclipse on the 21st of January. More of that later. So let's track Mercury. Mercury squares Mars on Tuesday exactly. That's the 8th. Then it will join Saturn on Sunday the 13th. It will then join Pluto. So this is a pretty fast-moving time now for Mercury. And all of this, it really is, I'm just witnessing that in the world of politics. So watch this space and use your wisdom. Ask questions, that's the word. Mercury is all about asking questions and discovering, what is the real truth going on here? What are the facts? Capricorn is very much to do with facts. Think of the symbol for Capricorn. It's the mountain goat. It climbs to the top of the mountain. So Capricorns by nature are ambitious, but also very practical. And it's like the CEO of an organization, the one in charge. Not royalty, that's Leo's energy, but Saturn really does take the helm and is good at being the leader. So that's an important time for all of us, not just Capricorns. The Mercury will move into a better sign for itself, Aquarius, on the 24th of Jan. But that's a little while to go yet. Meanwhile, what else can I see here? Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter in Sagittarius. This Jupiter last year was in Scorpio, so it was making a positive connection to Neptune. Now it's turning it, it's a right angle. There's a stress factor there. Both of these planets are to do naturally with the 12th house of the birth chart, with dreams and visions. And Sagittarius definitely looks up. Neptune in Pisces is all about the ocean, the sea. It's god of the sea. And if you haven't watched it, I highly advise you to watch the Sir David Attenborough series, The Blue Planet, which really made a huge impact last year when it was published about the pollution and plastic. So just to think that this one man, his vision, and he's an old man, but my goodness, he doesn't look it. His energy is so young and vibrant. That series has really made a huge a point rather, to affect all of us. So what else could I say? Well, that south node is pretty wide. That's why it's called a partial eclipse, 1527. So that's why we won't get this kind of full-on solar eclipse energy. Anytime we have a solar eclipse, and for that matter, anytime we have a new moon, we don't see the moon. It's invisible. So it's a very good time over 3 days to plant seeds about what would you like to accomplish, especially with the sign of Capricorn involved. Capricorn, Saturn, Pluto can be very stressful. So I would advise you very much to take it easy, not to get caught up and overwhelmed and get overstressed, by trying to do too much. If you know the story of Sisyphus, Sisyphus is being punished by the gods. He has to push this huge rock up a mountain, and then each night it rolls back down again. So this is his punishment from the gods, and it's a torment. So take that on board and don't be like Sisyphus, pushing, make all that effort, and then it goes nowhere, and it's very disheartening. So if you can, move towards Jupiter's energy, because that vision, and that means reading a great book that inspires you, taking a course. I'm teaching astrology. I'll be starting another course concurrently with that one I'm doing at the moment, because anything that puts you into that big picture, that's what Jupiter in Sag is about, the big picture rather than the minute detail, so that we have different forces at play here. Capricorn is very earthy, to do with gravity, being real. Sagittarius, Jupiter is saying, I'm the king of the gods. I can inspire you. So watch movies, for instance, that inspire you, that take you into an altered space and an altered way of looking at life, at our planet. That's why I'm suggesting, Sir David Attenborough's The Blue Planet. Anything else to let you know about? Well, the Sun will join Pluto on the 11th. Here it is, not far away at all. It is another not easy month here. I can't promise you it is. But Venus also will have a very good relationship to Mars. These are the lovers. And that is on Friday the 18th. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel, but also to be aware of being stressed out, to take time for self-care, especially during this month. Don't try and give up smoking and go on a diet and give up alcohol all at once. That's like, whoa. Take it easy and be kind to yourself. Thank you for watching. Carruthers of HealingStars.com.